set. Here we go. Okay, so guys, girls, we are going to run through some of these, see where you have some questions. Today I got a lecture. Tomorrow there will be a lecture as well. If you happen to be missing tomorrow for any reasons that you need, please make sure between tomorrow and Friday before class starts you would watch the lecture. So Thursday is that testing day. So make sure you take care of that. Questions on the homework that we came across that you weren't sure about? Yeah. 15. Are any of the segments perpendicular to each other? Explain. Okay, so for problem number 4, problem number 14. Problem number 14, we had segment AB. We had segment BC. Segment CD. Segment AD. We needed to find the slope of each. So what was the slope of A to B? B to C, C to D, A to D. Help me out.
AB negative 3 over 2.
Negative 3 over 2, okay.
7 over 2.
Is BC, thank you.
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
And 2 over 3.
2 over 3. Okay, so that was answers from 14. Are any of the segments perpendicular to each other? These two segments are perpendicular to each other, so this goes along with number 15. Okay, they're perpendicular because they are opposite reciprocals or negative reciprocals of each other. So AB is perpendicular to AD. And the reason is because the slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. Other questions we've come across on the homework? Yeah. 19B. Okay. All right, number 19B. We have negative 7, comma 4, x, comma 0, and they give us a slope of this, right? So what we're going to do is I'm just going to use the slope equation. You can use point slope if you wanted to. So I'm going to use this equation. I have enough information to plug in and get only one variable, which is fine. So I have x1, y1, x2, y2, and then I know slope. So I'm going to have 1/3 is equal to 0 minus 4, and over x minus 7, so x plus 7. Is that okay so far? Feel okay? All right, so let's simplify a little bit. Negative 4 over x plus 7. What I can do at this point, I cross multiply, or product means equals product to the extreme, same thing. So I get 1 times x plus 7 is equal to negative 4 times 3. Distribute, so I get x plus 7 is equal to negative 12. And then subtract that, so I get negative 19. So this value should be negative 19. Is that okay? Question? Any other questions off of the homework? Yeah. 19A. 19A is going to be done the same way. I'm just going to show you how to set it up. 3, 2, 0, y, and then you have m equals negative 2. So still using this equation, x1, y1, x2, y2. So you're going to get negative 2 is equal to y minus 2 over 0 plus 3. So negative 2 equals y minus 2 over 3. Multiply that, so you get y minus 2 is equal to negative 6. So y is equal to negative 14. There you go. Anything else off the homework? Yeah? 20. Word problem. Yay. It's a story problem. It's going to be good. In the year 2000, I knew it was going to be good. Anything happened in 2000, it's got to be good. In the year 2000, the average cost of a gallon of gas was $1.75 a gallon. In 2010, the average cost of gas was $3.50 per gallon. Find the average rate of change for the price of gas from 2000 to 2010. Again, rate of change means you're going to find the slope. in the year 2000, it was $1.75. And in the year 2010, it was $3.50. Okay? It is okay if I were to change out 2000 to our first year, and 2010 to our 10th year, something like that, or I can just leave it as is. Find the average rate of change means we're going to find the slope. So I'm just going to label this x1, y1, x2, y2. So slope is 350 minus $1.75 over 2010 minus 2000. 350 minus $1.75 is $1.75, I believe. Is that right? Did I do that right or no? Yeah. Over 10. So 175 divided by 10 is $0.175. So what does this mean? So each year, the price of the gallon of gas would have increased by 17.5, or 7 would have increased by 0.175 of a dollar, which is this. Agree? My decimals agree? You guys know my big pet peeve, right? You guys know it? Any of you guys go get soda for less than a penny yet? You know that new C-store over there? Soda fountain drinks. Why? No, it isn't.
No, it's 0.99 cents.
Oh wait, yeah, never mind. I was wrong.
Right. So if you wanted 99 cents, this is this. This is less than a penny. So go to the store saying, okay, I saw your sign. Here's my soda.
Wait, can you
Here's
sue
a
them
pen.
for that?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Can you actually?
I would point it out to them saying, I need to point out that your sign indicates that sodas are less than a penny. So here's a penny. I want some change. I'm serious. And they're like, no, this means 99 cents. No, it doesn't. It means 99 1/100ths of a penny. A lot of people say, oh, a decimal doesn't mean that much. You know, next time you go get an operation, do you really want the anesthesiologist to go, it should be 1.75 liters of liquid. Not, you know what, 175 liters is the same thing. All of a sudden you come out of the hospital and you're like completely bloated. Whoa. Or, you know, your checking account. Let's just ignore the cents part. Gives me 100 times the money that way. So is a decimal important? I think so. And the C-store, I still saw it. I went there the other day. I got myself some cigars, a pack of smokes. I'm kidding. I was bad. I got the, you know, those red cherry chews. Oh, they're so good. And then you get somewhere, your teeth are all red, your mouth's all red. I love it. I like those so much. They're sour. I got it before the cadaver lab, so when I walked in, my mouth is all red. Kids were like, Mr. Stroop, nothing. So what? Go over to the store. Make sure you get a soda. Pick me up one too. You should be able to get a couple sodas for less than a penny. Jeez. So that means you could get 99 sodas for a penny. Anyone willing to go buy for everybody?
Let's go. Give me the money. I will do it.
Anyone got a penny for?
I got you.
All right. How do you guys feel about that? You feel all right? About the homework's okay? If you would, make sure your name is on there. Okay. Let's run through it. So you have 2 pages of notes. We're only going to do the front back. That's it. And then tomorrow will be the next front back. So if you missed tomorrow, you then could watch on Thursday the notes before you came in on Friday. Okay, we good? All right, so writing equations of lines. Goal, access previous proficiency for writing equations of line from given information. Okay, this is again still kind of algebra review. What do you remember about the equations of lines? What are the 3 forms that we commonly use? Everyone remember what this one is?
Standard.
That would be standard form. Okay.
I like these new worksheets.
Okay. So, thanks, man. So, standard form. If you were to graph a linear equation with standard form, you can find the x and the y-intercepts easily by using something that we call the cover method. Remember that? That term ever come out? And then we have this one, which is usually everybody's favorite because it works in the calculators that way. And that's called the what? Slope-intercept. Great. And then the one that students don't prefer the most, but us teachers, because we're weird, we like it, they use it most often in calculus, is this one, which is called the what? Point slope. And they all have a valuable meaning in the world of math. It's just they don't have a valuable meaning in the 14, 15, 16, or 17-year-old minds. I'm just saying. And it makes you normal to be like, dude, the blue one's best one, favorite one.
Does this equation ever apply to your life?
Mine, yes.
Or what about others? Would you say?
Yours?
No,
I
not
bet-
mine, but like
Is it like
other
a cashier at McDonald's?
Other adults? Yes. Cashier at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Dude, don't even get me started on the whole McDonald's thing. We deserve $15 an hour. There you go. Guess what? The 99-cent meals will no longer, or the dollar menu becomes a $2 menu. So come on, minimum wage, raise the rate.
Not that easy.
Let's just pay everyone. $10 more.
You like the federal government just print more money, distribute it? Should be fine. All right. What information do we need to rewrite? What information do we need to rewrite an equation in slope-intercept form? Well, you need 2 points, right? Okay, or you might need to know what the slope would be. And one other point. So that would work. Okay. So 2 points, you'd have to find the slope first, then put the slope and plug one of the other points back in. 2 point slope, and then move point slope by distributing the slope over the parentheses of the x's and moving the y1 value over, and you would get your slope-intercept. So that works pretty well. Cool. Write an equation for a line with a slope that's 0 that passes through negative 8, 5. Slope of 0, it's a straight line, I get it. What kind of straight line is it? Special case. It's horizontal. Okay, slope of 0 is horizontal. Okay, if you were to think about what this point looks like, and I'll just grab a little graph here, negative 8 and 5. So this horizontal line, that's the slope of 0. It's a horizontal line. Slope of 0 goes to the point negative 8, comma 5. So horizontal line is going to be x equals or y equals? Y equals. And what would this equation be? Y equals what? What's the only y value up there? 5. Exponent what? Y equals 5 is that horizontal line. So the horizontal line, y equals 5, has a slope of 0. And it passes also through the point negative 8, comma 5. It actually passes through any point, any x value you want, comma 5.
So a horizontal line would be y equals because it like only passes through the y-intercept.
And you count up in the y direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Write an equation for the line that is parallel to y equals 3 over 5x plus 7 that passes through the point 0, comma, negative 4. Okay? What do we know about parallel slopes? Are they the same or are they negative reciprocals? Same? So what's the slope of this line? Huh? 3 over 5? So the parallel slope is also 3 over 5. Agreed? So from here, we're going to use the point slope equation. Okay? I'm going to label this x1 and this y1. Sound okay? So I'm going to get y minus 4, y plus 4 is equal to slope 3/5 x, or 3/5 times x minus 0. Write an equation for the line that is parallel to that passes through that point. Did it say what kind of equation? Or did it say write an equation? Did it say to put it in point slope? Did it say to put it in standard form? Did it say anything like that? So is that an equation that has 3 over 5 for a slope that passes to the point 0, 4? Okay? This problem's done. Some people might say, well, shouldn't I solve for y? It asks for an equation. Okay? This is important for you to know, especially those of you who will one day be taking calc, which could be quite a few of you. Okay? If you leave this problem just like this, you nailed it. If you go and say, okay, 3/5 times x is this, and then you make an arithmetical error in the arithmetic, you get it wrong converting it. So why take the extra step if it says write an equation that passes through? That's the equation that passes through. Okay? That's big time on an AP test. Just think about that. Would you want to, each problem on an AP test is worth roughly 7 points, and there's some sort of rubric. And part of the rubric is, did they get this equation right? Now, they're going to have this equation, then they're going to have y equals mx plus b. They might even have it in standard form. But let's say you give your answer in slope-intercept form, but you made an error. You didn't subtract 4. You accidentally added 4 to both sides. You miss 1 point then. So when it asks for an equation, go the simplest way. Don't make it complex going, oh, well, I know that he wants y equals mx plus b. No, I want an equation. Does that make sense how I'm stating that? May I move on? All right, write an equation for a line that is perpendicular to y equals 4x minus 9 with a y-intercept of 29. Okay. What's the slope of this equation? It's 4, right? What's the perpendicular slope? Negative 1/4. Agree? Where does the y-intercept fit into that equation that's sitting right up there? Where would it go? What am I replacing 29? Where does that go? Which, I want to know, where am I going to plug this in? Does it plug in for y? Does it plug in for 4x? Or does it plug in for negative 9? So this equation, y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form, right? What's the b value represent? Y-intercept. What does the m represent? Slope. What is 29 plugging in for up there? B. The b value, which up there is what? 9. So this is a negative 9 here, which means it would have crossed at negative 9 on the y-axis. What is this one going to do? Cross where? At positive 29. Okay? The perpendicular slope, negative 1/4. So I have negative 1/4 x. So y equals negative 1/4 x plus 29. Now, a big error I hear over and over and over again. I might say, hey, what's the slope of this new line? And a lot of people will tell me negative 1/4 with something else added to it. The slope of this line is negative 1/4. Do not put the variable with the slope. Okay? So if I say, hey, what's the slope of this line? Negative 1/4 x. No, it's negative 1/4. The slope is a map to another point. That's all it is. Okay? Do not give me the variable x with this one. Write an equation for a line that is undefined slope that passes through negative 4, 8. Well, negative 4, 8 it's like here. What is an undefined slope? Good. What kind of line other than straight? It's a vertical line. So this is a vertical line that goes right through here. Okay? What is the equation to that? Yeah.
Would it be x equals negative 4?
X equals negative 4. Perfect. X equals a number means you're talking about a vertical line. You're talking about a line that is not a function. It doesn't, the domain repeats infinitely. Okay? So, write an equation with an undefined slope. Undefined slope means it has to be x equals a number. The only x value that's given is this right here. We don't, so this could generate any points from negative 4, comma, to infinity, to negative 4, comma, to negative infinity, negative 4 to 0. It's all along that vertical line. Sweet. Okay. Can I move on? Write an equation for a line with a slope, negative 3, that passes through the point 1, comma, 12. So slope equals negative 3. I would use this equation. What kind of equation are they asking for? An equation. Do we put it in slope-intercept form? It's looking for an equation. Do I put it in slope-intercept form? No, you don't have to. So this is x1, y1. And I'm going to go y minus 12 is equal to negative 3 times x minus 1. There's my answer. Is that an equation that satisfies the information we have? Yes. Well, should I distribute the negative 3 over the parentheses and then add the 12? No. Don't make the error. You're more than welcome to do it, but if you make an arithmetic error on it, you miss a point. That make sense? Yes.
How do you determine which equation?
Well, that one, so the equation point slope, I gave you a point and a slope. Cool. So, next one, write an equation for the line with a slope negative 2/3 that passes through the point negative 6, 5. Should I use point slope again? Okay. I'm going to use point slope again on this one. Okay. M's that. X1, Y1. Plug in. Y minus 5 is equal to, bless you, equal to negative 2/3. X minus 6 is, does this equation satisfy the problem? Okay, so again, please read your question. Again, a few things. Is an AP test timed? Yeah. So does this save you time if you leave it here? Or should you take an extra 45 seconds to finish the problem? Leave it like that. Okay? Leave it just like that. Unless they ask for, find the equation in slope-intercept form. Leave it like that. Okay? Can we move on? What if we need to write an equation for a line through 2 points? Okay, we're writing an equation. It's not telling me which equation to write, so I'm going to go with the simpler. Okay, I want to try and get to this. Okay? But what's the problem? Yeah.
You need to find the slope.
Need to find the slope first. So I have -1 minus 3 over 2 minus 6. -4 over 8. So my slope is -1/2. Friends, answer this question for me. I labeled mine x1, y1, x2, y2. Still with me? Could you have labeled it x2, y2, x1, y1? Is the slope the same? Yes. So watch this though. Using this equation and using my x1, y1, y minus 3 equals -1/2 x plus 6. You just told me my slope would be the same if I had labeled it backwards. Is there a second equation that works for this then? Why? It's the same slope, but if I were to have labeled this x1, y1, the slope still checks out as the exact same, but look at my equation. This answer and then this answer are equal to each other. Do they look equal? It's the exact same answer. Both answers are 100% correct. Does that mean I'm talking about two different lines? No. If I were to distribute the -1/2 over the parentheses, I would get -1/2 x. Same thing here. Agree? If I go -1/2 times 6, I get -3. I add 3, I get 0. If I plug -1/2 over this, -1/2 times -2, 1. Subtract 1, 0. It comes out to the exact same problem if you solve it for y. So you distribute over. So should you leave it like that or should you solve it for y? I just asked you for an equation. I have to accept both answers. And both answers are legitimate. Does that make sense when I state that? It's going to be confusing, but it's the exact same problem. And once you solve it for y, it'll be the exact same problem. So what answer am I looking for? I'm looking for this answer or this answer. Am I looking for you to solve for y? If you want to, but be cautious. If you make an error, you're going to miss an arithmetical error on the test. Meaning if I made this problem worth probably 4 points, you'd miss one of the points because you goofed up on arithmetic. That's kind of goofy. Wait, I did more work to show to get to here, and you took points away. If you got it wrong, yeah. So please be cautious. Write an equation. If it's just giving you the free reign of here's an equation, please understand you have this way to go. If you want to solve it for slope-intercept, by all means go for it. Okay? Make sense? Spicy pepper at lunch today. Still feeling it. It's like all right here.
What did you have?
I grow these peppers in my yard. It's a red bell pepper. But for some reason I didn't give the plant enough water. No. you don't put enough water on top of the plants, it gets fuzzy. Wake up, sunshine back there.
No, stop, William.
Let's stick his hand in warm water, see if he pees his pants.
Dang it, Eugene, what are you doing?
Alright, can we immediately identify the slope of a line if the equation is in standard form? Can we immediately do it? I don't know. I think if we wanted to find this slope, I mean, there's a couple ways we could get to this slope. If I wanted to just say, let's graph this and take a look at it, I'm using the cover method, so x equals -5. And y equals +3. Okay? And I drew a line through it. My slope, it looks like I could go up 1, 2, 3, and then over 5. 1, 2, 3, over 5. So I go up 3, and I go right 5. That's my slope. So that is my slope indeed. Or I could say, well, I know I have this. And then I could divide everything by -5. So I get y equals 3 over 5x plus 3. Here's my slope here. That's the same as that. So which way is the best way? I don't know. Your mind might work in 2 different ways. Yeah.
But to get -5 to 3, did you do 3x? Or did you do for x 3 divided by -3?
You're talking about these points?
Yeah.
If I use the cover method, 3 times what number gives me -15? -5. And -5 times what number gives me -15? +3. So we call this the cover method. It finds you where you cross the x and y intercept. It works nicely with the standard form. Okay. Write these in slope-intercept form. That means solve for y. Is that okay so far? How do I undo the 4 attached to the y? Divide everything by 4. So y equals -1 over 12x minus 6 over 4, which I could say is 3 over 2. Okay. So I guess you could say, okay, that technically is 3 over 2. Okay. Go with that. What about number 9? Well, I'm going to do this. So what did I just do to get over to here? And why is it a +15? Positive there, therefore it should be positive down here. How do I get this by itself? Divide everything by -2. So that becomes a +2 minus 15 over 2. Why did that become negative? Well, I divided by negative. This one, I can drop these parentheses. I can distribute over these, so that. So add 4. There you go. Wowzers. Okay. So, homework, finish worksheet 3.5a. Next quiz is on Tuesday, October 18th, over sections 3.4 to 3.5. You good?
Did you collect this?
I did. Why aren't you handing it in?